Hey, what's going on, guys? Caleb here with Foresight Preparedness. This is going to be a video covering my get home bag along with a couple of other things I keep in my vehicle as a precaution. This video is going to cover the bag itself, why I chose this bag, along with the contents that I have in it. So let's get started. Alright guys, so this part is going to be covering my bag itself. So first of all, my criteria for the bag that I wanted was a bag that had decent capacity, that was also meant to be carried over long distances and is comfortable, of course. I feel like a ruck definitely checked all those boxes, and this is an ACU military surplus ruck. You can get these from Sportsman's Warehouse or your local military surplus store for, a decent price. I feel like a lot of people may feel like this may be a little too much, but again, it works for me, very comfortable. So let's get to what's inside the bag. All right guys, so these are all of the things that I have in my main compartment of my rucksack. So I'm gonna start on this side and work my way over. So water is vital. So this is just a water bottle that I keep in my get home bag. I keep it filled up with water. It's not right now, of course, because I like changing out my water every week and it's a weekend. So water, I recommend everyone just staying ahead of the game and start out with some, nice clean water. That way it can help you on your journey home. And along with that, a Life Straw water filter. Guys, these are filters that you can use to drink straight from your water source. And it filters out, I believe they say 99.9% of, parasites and stuff like that that's in water. So I feel like these are very, very good to have in your bag. It doesn't take up a lot of space and it can save your life. So a Life Straw water filter. All right, hot hands. Hot hands, especially in these winter months, are very, very important. Of course, some people may not think it is as important as I'm making it out to be, but when your hands are freezing, these can definitely help make things a little bit more comfortable for you. So these are hot hands. They're very inexpensive and they work for hours, so they don't take up a whole lot of space. Maybe want to look into getting you some. All right, we'll go to zip ties. Zip ties are very useful. You can use these to attach something to your bag. You can use these, on the other side of things, you can use these to detain somebody. If it comes down to it, you can use this to attach a tarp to something to help make you a shelter. There's many uses for zip ties, guys. I recommend you get some in yours. So again, these are just some zip ties. All right, this is a fire kit that I keep in my get home bag. It's just a pouch. I keep some matches over here, some traditional fire starters. I keep a lighter here along with some Vaseline and cotton balls, because Vaseline and cotton balls work very well and it's an inexpensive fire starter, and also a magnesium rod. So these are things that, I like having in my fire kit. I like redundancy and I like having multiple ways to start a fire, and this helps me achieve that. So that is my fire kit. All right, bandana. There are many uses for bandanas, guys. They're very inexpensive. You can use these for, everything from covering up your face to, you can use these even as a water filter. You can use them to wrap around your arm, to cover up a wound you may have. It's not traditional, but it helps. So there's many uses for a bandana, and it's definitely something that I like keeping in my bag. All right, we'll go to duct tape. Duct tape is very, very useful. You can use duct tape actually as a fire starter. You can use it to repair, your tarp. If you have a tarp and it gets a tear in it, or if your clothes gets a tear in it, guys, you can use duct tape to, kind of do a makeshift repair on your clothing. Again, many uses for duct tape, and it's not very heavy, and I recommend everyone have some duct tape in your bag. All right, so everything from these gloves here and, to this blanket, I got some stocking caps. All of this, guys, is my winter get home bag stuff. You know, my get home bag is very fluid. It changes throughout the year. So right now it's January and I live in the North Georgia mountains, so it can get cold up here. So I just like having, you know, multiple, you know, things that I can use to stay warm. I have a sweatsuit right here, you know, a fleece shirt. I have a thermal set, pants and shirt right here. 2 pairs of gloves because I love having redundancy on that. I have a full face Carhartt cap, and I just have a traditional toboggan right here as well. So when it comes down to, you know, being stranded, guys, you don't want to be stranded and cold, right? You want something that's going to help keep you comfortable for that journey home. So get you some winter weather gear just to keep in your bag. That way it'll be there when you need it. All right, so we'll go to socks. Anyone out there who's saying, oh, why does he have so many pairs of socks? It's not meant for you then. You don't get it. But maybe this will help you understand, and maybe this will give you some insight. So one thing to all my avid hikers out there, one thing you don't want to have is wet feet while you're hiking or making a long trek somewhere. Because guys, when your feet gets wet, it's uncomfortable, and then you get rubbed raw, you get blisters, those blisters bust, and next thing you know, you have an infection, and then you're in really bad shape. So for me, I like having socks on socks for redundancy. If this pair gets wet, I have about 5 more. So guys, socks are very important, especially, again, me, I live in a very rural area, so I definitely like having my fix of socks. So I recommend you look into getting some wool socks. I have 2 different materials here. I have wool socks here and then some cotton socks here. Nothing too crazy. So just look into getting some socks, guys, and you definitely won't regret it if it's there when you need it. You know, so those are all my socks. This is a little collapsible shovel. Got a shovel head here, mattock here. Got a little saw blade right here, bottle opener right here. It's just a little multi-tool, and it fits in this little pouch here. And another useful tool is it has a compass right here on the bottom. So again, it's something that you can use to dig out an area to help build you a shelter. You can use it as a defensive tool if it comes down to it. So it's just a little tool that I like having. It's made out of aluminum, it seems, so it's not very heavy. So it just fits in the contents of this, and I just have it in my bag. So it's just a little collapsible shovel. This isn't something I see many people have, but I like to keep a pair of boots in my vehicle. So especially if, you know, I get stranded in an area that is a heavily wooded area or something like that. Snakes are definitely a problem where I live at. So you want something to kind of help protect you from that. There's a lot of creeks and everything. These are waterproof boots. So it's definitely something that I like keeping in my vehicle for a just in case purpose. And again, I don't see many people have, you know, a spare pair of boots or shoes in their vehicle, but this is just something that I like having for redundancy, and it gives me peace of mind. So these are just a pair of boots. All right, and this is a military surplus tarp. I love this thing. This thing is very durable. It's very water resistant. I haven't had an issue with it yet, guys. You can get these from military surplus stores. Sportsman's Guide, they have them on their website that you can purchase them. It's great. But even if you don't get this, that's perfectly fine. You would be greatly, you know, encouraged to get a tarp, and you can get one from Walmart. Harbor Freight has them, you know, inexpensive there. Tarps are very, very vital tools, right? You can make shelters with them. You can use them to cover yourself up. There's many uses for a tarp, so definitely recommend everyone having a tarp in their get home bags. Alright guys, so medical. This is going to be a trauma kit from Dark Angel Medical. There's many reputable places you can get really good military style, or the reason I say military style is because this has MOLLE attachments on the back, but you can get IFACs, trauma kits and stuff like that. I recommend Mountain Man Medical, Dark Angel Medical. Again, there's many of them. So this is a tourniquet, of course, and I know I have one here, but you can't have too many tourniquets. So this comes with chest seals and quick clot, compression gauze, all that good stuff, guys. If you don't have medical equipment, you're really out of luck in that point. And you can use these to help other people. So I recommend everyone get you some a medical kit, and I know it can be expensive up front, but you won't regret it if it's there when you need it. It can save your life one day. So this is my medical kit, and this is kind of like my admin pouch. It's one that I just keep in my vehicle, but this will definitely go in my bag if I have to leave my vehicle. This is just an admin pouch from Maxpedition. This is going to be the large pocket organizer. Has YKK zippers, has MOLLE attachments on the back. This next section, I'm going to go over my contents of this. So let's get to that. All right, guys. So as promised, this section is going to be covering my admin pouch. This is a Maxpedition large pocket organizer. As you can see, it has MOLLE attachments on the back. It's water resistant. Has self-lubricating YKK zippers. This thing has everything you could ask for in a admin pouch. So let's get to the contents of this pouch here. All right, so I know it's a lot going on here, so what we'll do is we'll start on this side and we'll work our way over. So starting out here, we have a pen light, just something that's useful to, if it's nighttime and you want to see what you have in the pouch, you can use this pen light to achieve that. I know I have a headlamp as well, but this is just something just to have extra because you can't have too many lights, right? This is an ink pen for note-taking purposes. This is going to be a box cutter. Again, I know I have a folding and fixed blade knife, but this is just something a little extra to have. This is a Sharpie. Can use this, of course, for taking notes as well, and or leaving a note. And this is just a little tool here. Has a Phillips head and a flathead attachment for smaller applications. And then in this little pouch here, we have some over-the-counter medication. It's just something good to have, guys. In here, I have some Tylenol, I have Advil, I have some Excedrin. Just again, I know some people may see it as little something a little much to have, but if you could have it in here, why not, right? So some over-the-counter medication, and then along with that over-the-counter medication, we have some Tums here. It's a little thing of Tums for some heartburn. All right, and then we have a Right in the Rain pad. Guys, these things are amazing. You can use these to, even if the paper is wet. The paper is very water resistant, and you can use these to, let's say you have to abandon your vehicle and, your family's going to be looking for you. You can use a Sharpie or an ink pen right on here where you're going and leave the note on your vehicle or something like that. So anyone who's interested in getting a notepad of some kind, I recommend Right in the Rain. I love these. And then we have some hand warmers. Again, these things last for hours. They're awesome. You can put them in your gloves, put them in your clothes, and it's just something just to give you that little bit of warmth when it's really cold. All right, and here's a, another poncho. Definitely something is good. You can't have too many of these, guys. You know, one thing you don't want to be when you're out in the wilderness is wet. So, another poncho. And here's another emergency blanket, of course, help keep you out of the elements, keep you warm. And then this section here, you know, I just have a little fire kit here. So we have storm-proof matches. Guys, these things are amazing. You can strike these, and I have seen people submerge these in water and pull them out of the water, and they are still burning. These things are awesome. Again, they're UCO brand. You can get these from Amazon, Walmart, I believe REI, they have them as well. If you're, you know, interested in a fire kit, I definitely recommend having these. Of course, this is a magnesium rod. You can use this to start fires as well. Again, I like having multiple ways of starting fires, and, you know, just another method helps me achieve that. This is the most convenient option. These two here are, you know, I use these when this has went out, because guys, this is finite. It runs on fuel. So along with having these is, you know, why not have a convenient option? And Bic, I mean, of course, aside from windproof lighters, Bic is the standard with traditional lighters, right? So they're durable, they last a long time. So, you know, Bic lighter. All right, we have cordage here. Cordage, you of course use cordage for, you know, tying up a tarp. If it's the end of the day and you're setting up camp and, you know, a piece of your clothing got wet, you can use this to make a clothesline. Of course, cordage is very, very useful, and I definitely recommend everyone having some cordage of some kind, either in their bag or in their admin pouch or what have you. So here's some cordage. Compass, definitely want to have compass for navigation purposes. You know, you got to know where you're going, right? So I definitely recommend having a compass. Nail clippers, just another utility tool you can use for, you know, another thing you can use for cutting your cordage with, helping out with kindling. You know, of course, there's many uses for nail clippers. Here's an adjustable wrench. Feel an adjustable wrench can, you know, be very useful, especially when you're, if you, it's not all about leaving your vehicle, right? Along with having a tool set in your truck or car, it's good to have an adjustable wrench. What if you need to tighten something up or something like that? An adjustable wrench, you know, it covers one of the more common, you know, nuts and bolts, so to speak. So here's an adjustable wrench. Here is a folding knife. Again, this can actually strike the back of this and help make you a fire. You can use a folding knife when a fixed blade knife isn't warranted, right? So here's a Gerber folding knife. I believe it was like 20 bucks or something like that. Nothing too expensive, but something that's very useful. So here's a folding knife. And here are there are two different sizes, but I have two different multi-tools here. Sometimes I may not need one that big, so I just have a smaller one here. And again, I just have two of them. In case one of them breaks, I have another one. So here are my two multi-tools. And then we have a pouch here. Again, these things are very spacious for what they are, guys. Very, very amazing. Here is Vaseline and cotton balls, Old Faithful, right? Vaseline and cotton balls is a very, very inexpensive and efficient fire starter. It burns for a long time. It's inexpensive to make. Guys, go to Walmart or pharmacy and get you some petroleum jelly and some cotton balls. Lather it all together, separate it, and put it in your family's bags. That's what I did, and we've used this multiple times while out hiking and camping, and it just works. So again, this is Vaseline and cotton balls. Right, and we have a Silcock key. You can get these at your local hardware stores. Even though I live in a more rural environment, I do travel to urban places sometimes, and these guys are what commercial buildings use to lock their water spigots. It's a box, and they have a lock on them that has one of these four sizes on them. And what you do is you put that in there and you turn it and you open up the box, and it lets you access water. If you're ever, walking, trying to get home or something like that, and you're running low on water or you're out on water, and you need to find some, this can help you. This can be a very, very useful tool, especially in an urban environment. So again, this is a Silcock key, and you can get these at any of your local hardware stores. All right, guys, so this covers my admin pouch. Again, these are things that live in my vehicle and will definitely be going in my get home bag if I ever have to, leave my vehicle. So this next section is going to be covering the two side pouches on my ruck, or AKA my sustainment pouches. So let's see what's going on there. All right, guys, so these are going to be the items that I keep in my side pouches, aka my sustainment pouches on my pack. So like the first section, I'm gonna work my way from here and just work my way over. So getting started, lights. This is my headlamp. It's a hands-free option. It's something you can just put on your head if you need to work on something at nighttime and you need both of your hands. That helps you achieve that. And this is just for redundancy purposes. A handheld light is just something good to have, and I recommend everyone at least keep two lights in your bag, just to have, just to make sure that you're able to, travel at night if you need to, see what's going on around you. Those are my lights that I have in my bag. These here are my multi-tools. You never know when you're going to need a multi-tool. Has a whole lot of uses. Of course, you can use this to repair your gear, to, it's not ideal, but you can use this to maybe pull out a splinter or something if you have a splinter. There's multiple uses to a multi-tool. This one has a saw attachment on it. You can use it to kind of help you process kindling and stuff like that for wood. So this is a multi-tool, and I also have another one here just for redundancy purposes. If something breaks on this one, I have another one. So those are my multi-tools. All right, so now we're going to go more to my electronics. First of all, this is my battery pack. It's just a battery pack that, I make sure I keep charged. I check on this every couple of weeks, guys, just to make sure that it's charged and ready to go. Because if something happens and, I get stranded on the side of the road or something like that, and I have my phone's about to die or something like that, I have this, and that helps me get through. And along with that, I have this is an iPhone charger, because my phone I use is an iPhone. This is a, braided cable, very durable. This is from Anchor, and it comes in this little pouch here. This is the pouch that it comes in, very nice. These braided cables can be a little bit more expensive, but again, they're more durable than the traditional style cables, and it's just something that I like having. And in case this one does mess up or something like that, I have a pack of, backups. And again, these are inexpensive. I believe I got these on Amazon for like 10 bucks. And it's just something, it's good to have backups for your backups, right? So these are my iPhone cables and my battery backup. This here is a reusable poncho. It's thicker than the traditional one I have here, but this one is just one that I like having as a more durable option to get me out of the rain. And I like the construction of it. I've used this a couple times, and it fits well down in this pouch here, along with the more inexpensive. I believe I got this for $1. Along with these inexpensive ponchos, guys, I recommend get you a reusable poncho. Again, they're not very expensive. I believe I got this for $5. And of course, I recommend everyone having a raincoat as well, but this is definitely something that can get you through. So this is my poncho. And this is a emergency space blanket, just something, you know, that you can use to get you out of the elements. It can be used as, you know, you can even use this as shelter if it comes down to it. I know it's not ideal, but anything is better than nothing, right? So all of these things here don't go for very much, but it's something that's invaluable if you're out there and you need it. So these are my ponchos and, you know, emergency blanket, just for, you know, redundancy. So this here is my my wipes, just hygiene, guys. You know, nothing feels better than just sitting around a fire and, you know, you get to clean yourself up after a long day or something like that. Now, do I plan on having to go days with my get home bag? No, but if everything went according to plan, I wouldn't have a get home bag, right? So it's good to have, you know, and you can use it. Let's say you get a little cut or something like that, or you get something on you and you need to wipe it off. You can use a wipe for that. So wipes are very important. Wipes help you get through, and, you know, I recommend everyone keeping some wipes in your bag. So next we'll go to, these are my boo-boo kits, as I call them. Guys, if you get a cut and scrape, you're not going to want to break out your trauma kit that costed you a couple $100, right? So in this here, I just have a couple of cleansing towelettes, have some pain medicine, some allergy medicine, and some band-aids. Again, it's just something, it covers a boo-boo, right? Just a little cut or something like that that you definitely don't want just out there in the open to get infected. You know, I recommend everyone just get you a couple of these. You can build them, you know, for fairly inexpensive. Just get you a pack of band-aids, and you can get a pack of these cleansing towelettes, and you can even hand them out to your family members, you know. So again, myself and my family, everyone has at least 2 to 3 of these in their bags, because it's something that can help get you through. So again, this is just a couple of my little boo-boo kits, as I call them. This is going to be my fixed blade knife. This is just a Smith & Wesson fixed blade knife. It wasn't very expensive. It is full tang, which means that the blade goes all the way through the handle to the end, which makes your knife more durable for processing kindling and things like that. There's many uses for a knife, right? Especially a fixed blade knife. You can hammer on the back of it, again, to help you process kindling, to break wood up and, you know, make you some little fire sticks with them. You can strike the back of fire steel, you know, with this fixed blade knife. And, you know, of course, if it comes down to it, you can use the knife to defend yourself, right? So again, this is my fixed blade knife. I recommend everyone having a fixed blade knife in their get home bags. And again, I believe I got this for, you know, $50. Wasn't very expensive. So again, this is my fixed blade knife. All right, guys, well, these are all of, you know, my contents of my get home bag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and taking the time to watch my videos. Please like and subscribe, and there's going to be more videos to come. You know, put some comments down in the comments on, you know, what would you add or take away from my bag. Of course, everything I have in my get home bag is going to be different than yours. You know, I live in Georgia. Of course, my get home bag is going to be a lot different than someone who lives in New York, or a lot different than someone who lives in Arizona. So everyone's get home bag, you know, is going to be different. And, you know, I understand that. So again, thanks again for watching this video, guys. Like and subscribe, and you guys stay safe out there.